Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for how to overcome other people distracting you on your journey. So, Rainbow fam, are other people distracting you on your journey? Are you facing people who are cutting you down or telling you opinions about what you're doing and your choices that are just really not helpful to you? Are you being distracted by other people's negativity? Are other people engaging you in gossip or drama? Are you feeling like you keep getting distracted by people on your journey and you're just unsure of how to move forward? This is a reading for you, okay? So go ahead and choose a stack of cards, number 1, number 2, or number 3 to get your message. Or you can watch all of them if you feel guided to. If you choose number 1, we're going to get started right away. And if you choose any of the other numbers, head to the comments below where my lovely subscribers post the timestamps. Thank you guys again for that. And if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can get more videos like this uploaded every day. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Ooh. Number 1, how to overcome other people distracting you on your journey. Very interesting. So it seems like you're dealing with a group of people, or maybe just a person in particular, who you're getting the impression that they are telling you like you're not doing it the right way, or like they know more than you, or you don't know enough. I feel like the problem here is that it's making you feel as if you're not good enough, or you're not ready to go to the next stage in your journey, or maybe the plans you have for your future, like you're never going to be good enough. So it does seem like it's the opinion of someone or a group of people. And maybe these people are friends or family or people that are around you who do care. It's just like their own perception is coming at you. And since you are an empath and you're sensitive, we as empaths tend to soak things up like a sponge. So before we know it, we're confused over like, what is our thought? What is our fear? Is this their fear? Is this mine? Is this their energy? Is this mine? So this is talking about protecting yourself with strong boundaries. This means know thyself. When you know yourself well, when you know what your likes are, what your dislikes are, what your goals are, what your dreams are, when somebody comes along and tells you you're not good at that, or you can't do that, or actually this is the way it is, then you can remind yourself, you know what? That doesn't matter. That's them. That's theirs. Those are their thoughts. Those are their fears. That's their insecurities. That's their perception. That's not mine. I remember years ago when I first started to go on my journey of becoming a fashion stylist, which you guys know I absolutely love. It's one of my biggest passions. It's a huge part of my life mission and soul purpose. I remember talking to people who I worked with, like was making editorials with, or I was shooting photos with. And I remember I worked with this one person in particular who was always trying to tell me like how the industry is. And they meant well, but they kept telling me like, oh, you've got to be like this, or you've got to be like that, or else you're not going to fit in the industry. And they'd be like, the industry is like this, the industry is like that, the industry is going to be like this. And I remember a lot of those comments they said to me, even if they meant well, like stuck with me and made me feel like there was no place for me in the industry, or I wasn't good enough, or like, wow, this sounds really hard. Like, how am I ever going to prove myself? And it was so funny because once I finally got into the industry, I realized that it wasn't at all like that person had described to me. And I realized like I'm the one who chooses my path. You know, no matter what industry I'm going into, I get to choose the people that I work with. I get to decide what clients I'm going to take on. I get to decide how I'm going to do the work. And it was just amazing because I realized like a lot of the things the person said about like how cutthroat it is and this and that ended up not being true for me. And so as I moved forward to the future, whenever people would try to tell me like, oh, this situation you're going into is going to be like this, or is going to be like that, or be like this or that, I would tell myself like, take that with a grain of salt, because my path and what I choose can be whatever I want it to be. And so that liberated me. That absolutely liberated me. People are going to come at you with their opinions, and who knows where it's coming from. It could be coming from a place of genuine love and care, but remember, it is that person's perception. So maybe somebody's perception or a group of people's perception is making you feel hesitant towards choosing a certain path, towards taking an opportunity, maybe towards branding yourself or your business or your company or something. And it's making you like kind of lose your enthusiasm because you're feeling kind of like, what's the point of trying? Or maybe it's filling you with a lot of fear. So maybe spend some time in meditation or spend some time journaling and ask yourself, like, what is my truth? What of these thoughts and fears, what's mine, and what are just things people said to me? And then maybe write down some of those negative thoughts and cross them out or scribble them out and replace them with positive thoughts like, I can do it. I can create my own path. Like, I am worthy, that kind of stuff, okay? So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I also remember another example from my life. You guys know I'm full of those. I remember when I decided to travel, I told a lot of people about it. Friends, people I was working with, and I was really excited about it. And I had some people tell me like, be careful about going to this place, or when you travel it's going to be like this, or when you travel it's going to be like that. And some of it was really positive and some of it was negative and some of it was neutral, but a lot of these comments just made me feel kind of overwhelmed and not really know what to expect. And once again, when I went traveling, a lot of the things that people warned me about I didn't even have to worry about. I created a completely different, unique situation while I traveled. Like, I have my own unique energy. I have my own unique perception. Like, I'm in my own unique universe, and so are you. So a lot of those things I was worrying about literally never happened, and I've had a completely different experience, and it's just been amazing. So, people are going to hear what you're doing. They're going to hear what your plan is, and they're going to have all sorts of ideas, and that's their ideas. If there's one thing I can get through you guys today in this message, is to know that you don't have to have the same perception as everyone else. And that doesn't necessarily make you naive either. That doesn't make you naive. That doesn't make you like you're not being safe. Like, I think it's important to dot your I's, cross your T's, be logical, take practical steps, and to prepare yourself no matter what the situation is, and to work hard. I'm not saying don't do any of that. I'm just saying, like, you get to have your own perception. You get to decide what you do, what choices you make, what agreements you enter into, how you're going to create your path, and the way that you perceive it and the way you experience it and what you think about it is going to be so different than what other people have went through, and also other people's perception of what it is you're doing. So this says there might be some people that you need to kind of cut yourself off from or spend less time around. If you're hanging out with people that gossip a lot, and that are always dragging you into talking crap about other people, know that those people do the same thing about you when you're not there. And that is the ugly truth. And if you're participating in gossip, don't hang out with the people that trigger you to do that, and start training yourself to think kinder about people. And then just to tell yourself, it's not my business. Just how it's not their business, not your business either. I used to gossip a lot when I was younger. I used to hang out with people that gossiped, and it just put really bad vibes around me. Made me feel stressful, jealous, and just weird vibes I don't like. So if you realize you're doing that, or you're hanging out with people that do that, kind of change the subject or hang out less with those people. It's an addiction, you know what I mean? And so maybe you need to not feed it anymore, or not be around people that are addicted to that. It's okay to leave people behind that don't serve you. We talk about that a lot on the channel. Some people, you just got to decide how bad it is. If it's a family member, if it's someone you grew up with, if it's really bad, you're not obligated to stay in contact or to pay attention or be around that person all the time. You might need to limit your time with them. If it's somebody that you don't even really like, or you're not obligated to anyone. That's the point that I'm trying to make here. Surround yourself with people that uplift you, with people that are interested to hear about what you're doing, with people who just say, awesome, like go for it, make it happen. I'm just so surprised how sometimes it seems like there's so little people like that out there. Be that person for someone else, have compassion for the people that have been, acting negatively towards you, or that have said the things that have hurt you as well. Compassion doesn't mean that you have to allow them in or to allow what they're saying in. And it doesn't mean that you pity them. It's just you recognize that whatever is said to you has to do with what's going on with them. So you can send that person love and light, or you can just recognize it's really not my business. Maybe that's just their lens or their perception based off of what they've been through in their life, and that's none of my business and it's not personal to me. And that's compassion. Compassion is basically just bowing to someone's path and moving on, respecting that they have their right to live their life and see the way the things they want, and that they get to choose and have their own willpower, but respecting yourself and not just yourself enough to not surround yourself with that. So I see opportunities around you, not letting these people take away your opportunity or take away your dreams. That happened to me for a while. I let it get to me, and I just kind of gave up on my dreams for a couple of years. And then one day I woke up and I was like, you know what? No. Today's the day that I'm going to just throw all that crap out the window and I'm going to go for it. I don't care who I shock. I don't care who I upset. I don't care what people say. I'm just going to do it. And you know what? I'm going to keep my head down, and maybe I want to stop telling a lot of people what I'm doing. Maybe I'm going to kind of keep it to myself. The less people you tell about the plans and stuff you're going to do with your life, the less people can talk crap about it. Sadly enough, Only trust people with that kind of information that's close to your heart that you can trust. And it's okay to be alone for a little while, or to just kind of lay low if you're kind of trying to spend less time around the naysayers, but you still haven't attracted or gotten into relationships with people that lift you up. You'll make space for that. They'll come. So this is about you reclaiming your enthusiasm, reclaiming your power, taking back your power, and coming into balance. So I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 2, how to overcome people distracting you on your journey. Wow, this card is so spot on. This is the King of Bows, the Adder, and it's just this pit of snakes. I call this the entanglements card. And it's talking about where you can actually get into this situation where other people are kind of draining your energy, like energy vampires. If you have a lot going for you, if you have a lot of gifts and talents, if you've got a light in you, if you're a light worker, if you're an empath, if you're an artist, if you have big dreams, unfortunately, on your path, you may, and it looks like you already have, attracted some people who see that and become jealous of it, or it kind of shows to them that they need to grow and they need to have dreams, and so it makes them uncomfortable, because it's you're showing the light to people. If you're achieving or if you're working towards something, these people might feel bitter towards you because you're an example of what could be done, which should be a really positive thing and should be inspiring. But instead of getting inspired and getting motivated, some people choose to get jealous and bitter. So I think that's what's happened, is you're just wow, why am I being treated like this? Or Why is this happening? And it's because you really symbolize the truth to a lot of people. You put your distinctive and your creative stamp on everything that you do. And you're very enthusiastic. And so you've attracted some bullying. You stand out from the crowd. You know how to take charge. You're an attractive person. You're full of charisma. You know how to brand everything with your mark. You've got a lot of maturity and strength. You got energy. You've got wisdom. You're always seeking. You're always looking for your true path. You're realizing goals. You're developing an enterprise, probably. And so people get aggressive with you. Some people get aggressive with you, and they try to screw with your self-esteem here because you have talent and you're honest. Okay, so especially if you're in the healing arts, this card can talk about somebody who is very gifted with the healing arts. So let me just say real quick on my journey. I've attracted a lot of people like this. I've had those best frenemies, jealous friends that are always trying to compete with you and compare themselves with you and tear you down. The kind of people that will hook up with your boyfriend behind your back, the kind of person that will, steal your idea or whatever, or will copy all the things you do. And it goes further than just like imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. It's almost like you feel like someone's trying to take everything you do and copy it or emulate it or kind of take it and say it's as their own. So you feel almost like you can't be an individual. You feel like you don't have space to grow. And I also feel like you're being questioned by somebody or by a couple people, or these types of people tend to question you, and you always find yourself explaining to them. You feel guilty around them. Now, when you realize that you don't owe anyone an explanation for how you live your life, for what you're doing, for the choices that you're making, that is when you can set yourself free. And when you notice somebody doing this, you don't have to answer. That's another example of boundaries. I'm seeing this message. You see in this spread, this archer is like pointing to these snakes and is going to like slay them all. And here are these two dogs, which symbolize loyalty behind them. This is you rewarding loyalty with loyalty. And if somebody is disloyal to you, then you separate yourself from that energy. Really similar to the last reading. I think there's just a little twist on this with you feeling like you need to explain yourself or someone always demanding you with an explanation. So you feel nervous. Pay attention to your body when you're around people. If your heart feels anxious, if you get a lump in your throat, if your shoulders get tense, if you like have trouble breathing, if you're, not trouble, but just you're short of breath, and you're paranoid around certain people, if you feel like you're doing something wrong, if you feel guilty, even if you know you haven't done anything, if you're afraid and you're having to like be really careful of the words that you say, if you find yourself having to constantly flatter someone and build them up intentionally, and you're always trying to tell them how amazing they are because that's all they want to hear from you, and you feel like you're having to put on a mask around this person or these people, that is a warning sign. When you can trust someone, you can be authentic, you can relax, you can breathe, you can be yourself, you laugh, and you can be tender with them, you can be kind, you can build them up, you can give them a compliment, you can gift them your high vibes, but you don't feel like you're being forced to be anything or to do anything. You can just let it flow. So my question to you is, what person or what group of people or what couple people are making you feel like you're forced to do something or say something or explain something that's making you uncomfortable? You're kind, you're so gifted, you want to help others, and so some of these people are attracted to you because they want to drain your energy. Maybe some of these people are constantly complaining to you, constantly saying like, yeah, but I don't have it like you do, or I just wish that I could be like you, or I wish that life was as easy for me, or you're lucky because, you have, money for this, or you got to go to this or do that, or people who are always down on themselves, and you find yourself being like, oh, it's okay, don't worry, like, you are amazing and you are cool and you are blah blah blah. Like, everyone has a moment of down, and it's okay to complain or to do the woe is me thing every once in a while, but who is like that in your life all the time, every time you hang out with them? And so you're giving them this energy, you're lifting them back up, and they're depending on that. So I just really passionate about this message. If you guys can already tell, I feel like you don't owe that to anyone. Your kindness, your energy, your optimism, that is yours, and it's a gift you give to the people that you trust. You get to this point in your life where you realize not everyone deserves a seat at your table. You're not obligated to anyone or anything. Not even your family, not even your brothers, not even your sisters, not even your parents, not even your best friends, not even your schoolmates, your classmates, your coworkers, your boss. Not obligated. You are free. And you get to choose who gets a seat at your table. And you get to choose who you distance yourself from or who you allow in your life. So this is the allow card. It says, think hard about who you allow, because you will become like the people that are closest to you. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm gonna repeat that. You will become like the people that are closest to you. So do you need to clean house? Do you need to surround yourself with more people that have dreams, with people that are tender to you, with people that you trust? Do you need to create space and maybe just kind of clear energy and kind of be on your own in solitude for a while so that you can make some plans? Sometimes when you eliminate one toxic person or a couple toxic people from your inner circle, it's bizarre how quickly everything changes. I remember a couple years ago, I had grown up with this one friend, and things were great when we were younger, and then as we got older, the dynamic became really toxic. And I'm not pointing fingers here, it's just the dynamic in general became toxic. And so I had to kind of break away from that friendship. And it was crazy how just even a couple weeks later, how much better I felt, how much like peace there was around me, how I could feel like I could relax. I didn't have to explain anything. I didn't feel so stupid. I know around this person, I just always felt like I wasn't good enough, like I was stupid, like I wasn't good looking enough, like I wasn't this, I wasn't that. Like, that's just how I felt. And then I got around different people and I felt better. Like, pay attention to how people make you feel. It's not their responsibility to make you feel this or that. Like, that's on you to give yourself confidence, to motivate yourself, to inspire yourself. But there's people that can complement that energy, and then there's people that can distract you from that energy and take you away from your center. So ask yourself, is this person or are these people bringing me closer to my center? Are they bringing me closer to my authentic self, or are they dragging me away from it? Are they raising my vibration, or are they lowering my vibration? And this isn't about perfectionism, you guys. Everyone has a bad day. Like, I have this one friend who went through something really horrible, and for a whole year, she was pretty much out of my life. And every time I talked to her, she was freaking out about it, and I was helping her with it and like just doing my best to like be a good friend. And then when she got out of it, she like told me, I'm sorry, I went through a hard time. Thanks for being there for me. How can I support you? And like, we kind of just got on our own path again. And then I went through something. She helped me through it. So that's a good friendship. Sometimes you got to be there for people when they're going through crap, and not just cut someone off because their parents got a divorce and now they're crying all the time, or like they got into a breakup or something and now they want advice. Like, that's a completely different thing than someone who is constantly always dragging you away from your journey, who is taking you off on another path. There's a difference, and trust your heart with that, So I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 3, how to overcome people distracting you from your journey. So, what you really want is freedom. You have a really strong core intention for freedom. Those of you guys who chose number 3, this might be, for a lot of you guys, or most of you guys that are here, one of your biggest core intentions for coming here to this earth. You want to create freedom. You want to help others create freedom. And generally, like most of us, you thrive when you have serenity around you. Life happens, drama happens sometimes. There's always going to be ups and downs in relationships, but who is taking you on a roller coaster ride? You know, pay attention to your stomach. Do you feel sick around this person or this group of people that's distracting you? You want to stay dedicated. Right now in your life, the most important thing for you is building a really good foundation. So it's like you're trying to stay on a routine. It might be like you're trying to go to work, trying to get good sleep. You're like trying to hit the gym, you're trying to eat healthy. And there's these people that are like disrespecting you by, you know, maybe they're asking you to stay out late all the time. And you're like, I'm sorry guys, I can't come out, or I can't come out tonight. Whoever the person is, I really got to stay focused because I'm trying to move towards this new goal. And then all of a sudden they're badgering you and being like, well, you're no fun. And like, you know, what about this? Or you owe me because of that. And, you know, I'm going to tell this person this if you don't come, blackmailing you. Or they give you the silent treatment for 2 weeks because you don't show up. Like, a true friend or a true supporter of you is going to be sad and might be like, come on. Oh, okay, fine. We'll miss you, you know, see you next time. And they'll respect the fact that you're trying to build your foundation, that this is important to you. And even if it conflicts with them and what they want, and they want to spend more time with you, that comes from more of a place of love than it does them kind of it being all about them. So I feel like one person you're dealing with, or maybe a lot of the people you're dealing with or you've dealt with who've distracted you from your journey, has that kind of it's all about me vibe. So you're expected to drop everything for this person. You're expected to drop everything for them. And it seems like there's always something going on with them, or there's always some event you gotta go to, or it's always about them. And so you're getting pulled, you're getting sidetracked. And this might even be talking about finances for some people, not for everyone, because everyone's here in different financial situations. Some of you guys are doing awesome. I'm happy for you. But maybe this friend is draining your resources because they're like, hey, let's go to Vegas, or hey, let's go on this trip, or let's go out to this expensive place to eat, and you're expected to go all the time, and all of a sudden you're realizing you're spending all your savings, you're spending all your money with this person all the time, and you're trying to cut it off, and they're badgering you or something. So there's a lot of situations that are coming up in my mind. I'm talking fast, trying to keep up with my thoughts here. But it's like someone who expects you to drain your resources around them or for them. Somebody who expects you to, like, basically just depleting your resources, whether it's time, whether it's energy, whether it's money. It's definitely energy vampire kind of energy. Could be one person, could be a couple people, could be somebody who's a friend, family member, coworker, whatever. But I feel like all of you guys who are watching this, that person or that group of people is in your mind. And this is saying you got to stand up to that energy. You've got to stand up, and you got to realize you don't owe them your time. And if this person or these people expect you to prove to them that you're a good friend, or you're a good family member, or you're a good coworker, or whatever, or, you know, you're a good acquaintance by, you know, draining these resources, then that's not okay. Because a true friend, a true family member, someone who truly cares about you, will respect the fact that your priority is your foundation and building your foundation and growing and staying consistent to that. They'll understand that. And you, even without explaining yourself, maybe, that this is important to you. And that's just the way you got to do it. Some people expect you to show them love and show them that you care in a specific way. That might be their love language. But you don't have to listen to those demands. You don't have to give in to that. So here you are. You've got these creative dreams and goals, And here's the dream card, the vision card, the card of like deciding what you want and starting on that path, and it's reversed. It might also be that these people's thoughts or the opinions of you have gotten in your head. For some of you guys who came to this particular reading, I also feel this energy like maybe you've cut these people out of your life already and you maybe have some new supportive friends, or you're just kind of off on your own and it's over. But the thoughts of what they said to you and how they treated you is still in your head. Like you still haven't cut those cords. So it might be that you need to free yourself from this energy by doing some kind of ritual or prayer or something. I think that rituals, even though that sounds like really new agey, it's actually really practical and can help clear energy. It's something I've been doing for a long time. Maybe you need to get out a piece of paper and write a letter to this person. Do not send the letter, because this person or these people, it's just gonna start more drama. You don't want to start more drama. This is personal, it's for you. So you're gonna write a letter to this person about how you feel. You're gonna stand up for yourself. You're gonna be like, you know what? I don't owe you an explanation. I don't have to give in to that. I'm gonna do me, like whatever you want to say in the letter. And then you can take the letter and you can burn it, or you can rip it up and throw it away. Maybe you can get biodegradable paper or recyclable paper so that it's, helpful to the planet and sustainable. Or you can write on one of those like seed papers where you plant it and it grows like flowers out of it or something. That's my sustainability plug, you guys. But basically, this helps you to cut those cords and to release that energy. Another sustainable way to do it is just to write a note on your phone. Don't send it, don't email it, even if you're tempted, and just delete delete the little message you write. I do that all the time. Sometimes I just I'm boiling up about something and it's in my mind and I'm thinking about the past or this person I never dealt with, and I'm like, okay, fine, I need to deal with this now. So I'll sit down and I'll just get out my phone, open up a note, and I'll write exactly what I want to say, everything, and then I'll just delete it, and I'll say something like, I'm sorry, I forgive you, thank you, I love you, I am free, and you are free. Meditation can also help. There's lots of meditations out there. I would try anything on Michael Seeley or Jason Stevenson's YouTube channels. I absolutely love them. And stay tuned, because I'm going to be dropping some more meditations on this channel as well. Maybe I'll do a cord cutting meditation. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in that. I just got some new recording equipment for meditations. But yeah, basically the thing here is needing to cut cords. So, and focus on your freedom. Doesn't matter what these people say or do, you have to focus on your freedom. Maybe some of you guys barely have any time off of work, and you're excited because it's Saturday and you're gonna do your laundry and you're gonna hang out with your significant other, or you're just gonna be alone or hang out with your pet and you're just excited to spend a day resting. And this person's like, let's go to Disneyland. And you're like, oh my God, I can't. And then they're getting mad at you and they're dragging other people into it. And then there's a silent treatment and you just decide to go. You don't owe anyone a yes. You can say no. I feel like that's the biggest reading here. And if they're going to get pissed, just let them get pissed and pissed and pissed and pissed until they piss their way out of your life. So I hope that this resonates with you. Different topic today. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really interested. Do you want more videos on how to cut cords with people, or how to, not let people distract you? Is this something you're challenged with? I've been through this a lot. I'm working through this and I have a lot to say, and so do my cards. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you want a personal reading, head to my website, promiseharmony.com/services. I have many different types of readings and services I offer, and you guys will see my prices are pretty fair. And yeah, let me know what you think. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.